So I've had a good day today, and I found a fault within about an hour, or a bit less, which never usually happens. So I'm going to really enjoy taking you through that. It was something and nothing in the end, but it was quite interesting. So let's go and check that one out. It's going to be fun, I promise you. So, as promised, lovely fun job. So the ICA is the air conditioning and heater control unit, and it ain't communicating on the can, on the K-CAN 2. And this is the sort of messages you would get when you have a K-CAN 2 fault. Now I have to work out at this point and start evidence gathering, what could it be? Let's have a look. Well, as you can see from previous fault codes, everything's dead, but funnily enough, not only the air conditioning is dead, the radio ain't working neither, and the lighting source isn't working for the radio. And that's a good clue, is that? Because if you remember the last video I did when we had a dodgy radio, I thought it was a dodgy radio, it ended up being an issue with the JBE, the junction box electronics. So it could well be another dodgy junction box electronics. Now what I want to do, it's been checked already, but you know me, I like to double check, make sure that if it has been checked, it's been checked right. So we're going to pull up this radio out now, and we're just going to look at the voltage at the back, because I'm not messing about. I want to make sure not enough just to check this. So it's a bit of a strange situation on these cars. It's not like the last one I did, because this is a body domain controller, or a FEM. So you've only really got on these units 3 wires, which are there. You've got basically a terminal 30, which is a permanent live. You've got the brown and grey, which is a ground, and the LIN bus itself. And the LIN bus comes from the ICA module, which is up behind there. So we've got a live, we've got a ground, but it won't wake up. Even the lighting for this unit, the lighting system, comes from the ICA panel, which is way up behind the glove box there. So it's more likely that that's the fault, even though this panel doesn't work. So welcome to the Ben Johnson diagram. I designed this for you, so you make the job a bit easier. Let's go through the synopsis of the system really quickly. Struggling to keep up here with mouse. Here's the ICA. That's the central control unit for the air conditioning. There's the FEM, which is also a gateway module and power supply. Then on top of that, we have the actual IHK panel itself. That's the bit what isn't working on our car, which is sort of the lighting doesn't work and the display don't work. Terminal 58G, that's actually LIN controlled. It doesn't exist as a wire. There's your 12-volt permanent live, and that's your LIN bus, bi-directional. That controls everything, including the lighting 58G. I just put that separately just to emphasize it. So the ICA communicates with the FEM via K-CAN high and K-CAN low, and basically everything that is to do with the radio system and the heater controls comes obviously via K-CAN. Then it's controlled, actuated via the LIN bus through messaging that way, because it's not safety critical, it doesn't need massive speed, so LIN will suffice. It's a 12-volt supply, obviously, to the ICA to power it up, and a ground. Now remember, there's no comms on this ICA in this car, so we've got 3 wires there to check, and the CAN as well. So if the panel don't work, that could be because there's no 12 volts, there's no ground, or there's no LIN. But if the ICA doesn't work, it could be because we've got a problem here with the CAN. So if you've got no CAN, you've probably got no IHK and no LIN. But if you've got a CAN and everything's okay, but you've no LIN, you've still got no IHK. So either way, you'll get the same. The cause and effect is the same, basically. It's up to you as a fault finder to work out where to start. Obviously, the CAN is where I'm going to look at, even though I've had a quick look at the power supplies of the IHK, which are all okay. So in my opinion, there's something we need to look at on the K-CAN 2 low. So that is what I'm going to do. Let's go and have a quick look. So here we are. This is typical of what we get in this job. There's a relay and there's some sort of control module. I've no idea what the hell it is. But look at that. It's just amazing. It's on some sort of twisted pair. Could be for the audio system. So let's have a look. See if we can solve it. But that's not a good start, is it? Let's be honest. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? Fan control ECU. BMW CANbusalarm.com. And guess where that goes? What we need to do is go on the floor. And we need to look. And there you are. So that's what it is. It's a Webasto. It's a Webasto pulse width modulated controller, PWM controller for the interior fan. So that's that issue sort of mystery solved. So whoever's done a reasonably good job, but unfortunately it's not very good, is it? Not really last. So we need to take this old piggyback shabooler out of here now. So all the right pins and everything's all right in that sense, but it's once this is sorted, it should restore the function of everything really. And I've only been on the job for 35 minutes, so I've done bloody good. As Jethro would say, "He's done bloody good, I have." What happened was, so that's it, that's the whole unit disconnected. Of course his Webasto ain't gonna work. That ain't my problem. He's gonna have to go back to where he got it from or change this unit. It's as simple as that. So that is all done. I'll just tape the wires up. Now we need to then take this off and put this can back where it belongs. It's a typical BMW one. You've just got a BMW style, I think it's Tyco. You've got to lift that tab up like that first and simply just pop these out. So that was tasty, wasn't it? So basically we need to, when you do these as well, always get your tool in and just give them a bit of a pull out, otherwise they won't stick in. So it's green to 23 and the other one to 22. So with my eyesight deteriorating, we need to count, because honestly my eyes are so bad. Don't worry youngsters, you'll get there too. 14, 15, 16, 17, 23, 23, 23 and 22. So that's the can restored in theory. Just count before we pop them in. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Very reassuring and satisfying click there now. And then we put our cover on, make sure we get it the right way. We don't want to get number 1 where number 26 is. That's generally not possible, but you never know. So usually number 1 is the top. Number 1's there, number 1's there. 26 is there, 26 is there. Done. So now we'll put that back to the control unit. And we'll see whether we've now got any can comms on this device. In my experience, usually this is the main problem with all this aftermarket nonsense. Done. Right, well it's dead easy to work this out before we even check fault codes. We just need to plug our ICA panel and radio back in. Let's see what happens in that sense. Let's put that back on. So basically you've only got really one 3-pin plug and everything's LIN controlled. You must remember that. There's no such thing as all these switches anymore. The earlier ones are these. There's a separate switch for 10mm 58G, which is a line, but now it's just LIN controlled. Now it might work, it might not. Let's see. There we are. It's all working beautifully. Let's see if we've actually got radio. So I made a video, and it's silly me. This copyright nonsense. I can't really show you that, unfortunately. The radio works. You can be assured of that. And as you can see, the fan works also. So we'll tidy that up, we'll tape that up, this here now, and then the guy can decide if you know where he's going to buy that unit from and if he's going to replace it. I'll take a photo of the manufacturer so the guy can get the same unit pretty much. But that's working, isn't it? So all's well there ends well. Just one other thing I need to check is the lighting circuit, because that's 58G. That's all controlled on LIN. I'll draw you a diagram about that. It's all controlled on LIN, everything on this car, and I'll draw you a lovely diagram and explanation a bit later on. But we need to just check the lighting now. I'm just trying to lean over. So that's working as well, can you see? So all's well, really pretty much it ends well. So there we go. We're just going to get rid of those last few little fault codes, which were really just because I had the airbag deactivation switch disconnected and a couple of heat events. And as you can see now, we've fixed the problem by removing that little PWM box, and it's gone nice and green as that ICA there, which is exactly what we were after really. So that's kind of the job's finished now and it's done. It took me about an hour to do all that, and it took me a lot longer to edit this video actually. So yeah, I'm actually sat in my car outside at 9 o'clock at night just finishing this off, because it's the i3 is like a sound booth. For some reason it gives beautiful audio. I don't even need a mic. I don't know what you guys and gals think, but to me it sounds pretty good. So all's well that ends well, non-existent. The faults, that's what we want to see. Customer's happy. Probably won't cost him so much to replace that little box. And that's my job done for today. Well, that's another one that ends well. Fans working now, radio's working. I can't show you that obviously because of all this copyright nonsense. Yeah, happy with that. Less than an hour. Didn't know I was going to find that. Thought I was going to be in for some dodgy BDC module failure, you know, body domain controller failure, or FEM module failure. But as it happens, it turned out again, we have to be detective. A colleague of mine looked at it, he's not a fault finder. He just had a quick look at the fault code, didn't notice it was a Webasto. And that's the first thing that the alarm bells start ringing. Is there a Webasto that's not factory fitted? Is it got some possibly non-European control unit, which it maybe has, maybe not. I don't know about which brand that is. But anyway, it's failed. Customer now has a choice whether or not he puts the same one on or goes for a better one or goes for a professional, proper. In my opinion, a Webasto controller, use what the manufacturer uses, you'll have very few problems, in my opinion. Right, good. Let's see what we've got after dinner. Actually, I've only got a service. Then I've got to go to doctors, because every 5 years in Finland now, I have to get a new driving licence. So wish me luck. Going for my medical. Hopefully I'll be able to drive for another 5 years. So I'll probably leave it at that for this vlog. Just one car today. And I'll have hopefully a reasonably easy afternoon, and then I'll go to the doctors in Vanta and get my certificate and everyone's happy kind of thing. Good. Anyway, thanks for all subscribing. Not so many yet, almost 500, but it's going, it's building, you know. There's a lot of people learning from what I'm teaching, which I love, because there's some things people aren't taught the way they should be, in my opinion, and they're taught a lot of useless nonsense, which they come to the real world after college, especially in Finland, and they can't do anything. So let's teach people the right way, the safe way of course, but the right way, to get an head start and hit the ground running when they join this industry. They're the future, not us. We've got to teach them, and that's what I'm trying to do with my YouTube channel. So spread the word. If I don't get so many subscribers, YouTube won't show me videos as much as what it should do, and that way I won't reach as many people. And it's not about the money. I don't think you'll make so much money. I won't make so much money on this, I'll tell you. I'm going to be a niche one, and I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it to reach people. So let's do it. Let's do it together. Have a good day. Have an happy Monday. I'll see you soon for another vlog.